In the global financial markets, hedge fund managers are the rock stars. A report has just been released of the performance of the top 20 performing hedge fund managers in the world. And I'm pleased to report that for the first 12 months of my subscription-based process, the multi-account manager, which I'll talk about just now, I outstripped the performance of the top 19 of these top hedge fund managers. Gotta say that again. I outstripped the performance of 19 of the top 20 hedge fund managers in the world. My name is George. For those that don't know me, I run a subscription-based multi-account manager. It's called Royal Assets Global Capital, and I'm presenting the annual performance report to you. Now, here is this report that I've just spoken about. It's by Hedge Follow. You can check it out and see it for yourself. And I'll be talking shortly about my own performance and giving you the actual results from a real live account. So my results were 35.1%. These are net results, net growth, net equity growth on a real client account after my performance fees. The top hedge fund manager produced 41.77%. That's a return that is given to his clients. I've produced 35.1% net of fees, and I've outstripped the next 19. Now, I am not a hedge fund manager, but I trade exactly the same markets as these hedge fund markets. I'm in the global financial markets each and every working day, and when I open up my trading machine, I'm in the exact markets. And out of the same markets, different decision processes, different strategies, different capital allocation and capital management strategies, I have produced 35.1%. And I'm pretty pleased with it, as I'm sure you can guess. Now, let's go into the real performance so you can see for yourself. A multi-account manager is a control account that the broker puts together, and clients that subscribe to the MAM, their funds are pooled into this control account, and I trade off that control account. And when I execute trades from the control account, the quantums that I'm trading, whether I'm buying a stock market index or I'm selling gold, or I am buying or selling currencies, whatever quantums I trade from the control account are allocated proportionally by equity to all of the accounts. Now, obviously, the client who has the highest individual amount in the control account will have a higher proportion of the total pool allocated to their account. Now, I chose to use a client who has got 1,000, who invested 1,000 into their broker account 12 months ago. The minimum I request on the subscription is 500, but I'm using 1,000 here because this client would have had a fair allocation of all the trades passed on them. And of course, because of proportionate allocation, there are some trades, if I'm trading a small quantum of the control account, by the time it's divided out, they may not have been passed here. So this gives you a conservative view of my results. So I'm not going to go much into it. You can pause the video, look at it on your own, but suffice it to just show you some key items here. The equity growth, so here are the 12 months from October 2021 to September 2022. Equity growth in percentage terms is this particular row. The subscribers opening equity amount, $1,000 US. All of these are in US dollars. The equity growth for the particular month is the achievement for the month, of course, applied onto the capital. Then the subscriber equity base gross before the fees is in this row. Then the performance fees is calculated. The performance fee is not negotiable. It's 50% of the equity growth. You bring your capital, I bring myself, I do the work, and we split equally the equity growth. Now, I've had a colleague of mine come and say, listen, I can put 6 figures into my broker account, but I must negotiate the performance fee. Regrettably, the performance fee is the same for everyone, whether you come in at the minimum $500 or you come in at any multiple that you can afford to put in. I don't have high net worth client or ordinary clients. Every client is absolutely the same. Then the subscriber, also just a point on that, when I have drawdowns, as happened in the month of October and in the month of February, when there are drawdowns, I don't get paid my salary, which is my share of the equity growth. I have to recoup and bring your account back to its original state before I can participate in the equity growth. So that's a fantastic stop mechanism, protection for you from the broker. This row is the subscriber equity, the closing balance, after the performance for the month, and of course the profit or the performance fee split. As you can see, this client came in with $1,000, and by the end of September, the month that we've just closed, the end of my financial year, they now have sitting in their real account net after fees. They can take it out today and go do something else with it. $1,350.71. That is a 35.1% growth in an account, a real account. There is a real person behind this account that I can give you as a reference if you want. And the results are extracted from the records I get from my broker, was Blueberry Markets of Australia, and they're licensed by 8Cap. They are one of the top brokers, top 5 brokers in the world. So back to this performance. Here is the top of the 20. Mr. William Hanish produced 41.77%. The second person behind him produced 23.2%. And I am spot bang there in the 35.1%. Trading the same financial markets as these top hedge fund managers in the world. Some other key statistics for you for this year's performance: number of trades that I took, 1,034. This number is going to grow quite dramatically in this next 12 months because I spent a lot of time refining my strategy, working on my toolbox that I trade with, improving my capital allocation, capital management strategies, and really just making it pristine and precise. And that takes time because that's all done during work time, not on weekends or family time. So now I have more time to trade, more trades will be taken here. Profit trades, percentage of all the trades that I've taken, 50.97% were profitable. Now, I encourage you, if you want to dig a lot more into the technical side of the results, where you can see the drawdowns, the reasons for them, you can see the profit factor month on month, quarter on quarter rather, because I present my results live every quarter. You can look at consecutive profit trades, consecutive loss trades, highest profit trades, lowest profit trades, all of those technical stuff that you may be interested in as a trader. If you just go back onto my YouTube platform, you will see my quarterly presentations. But again, if you want them for ease, just send me an email. I'll forward you the links and you can look into the detail yourself. This is important. The reason I'm mentioning that is I have said that quarter on quarter, but the absolute...
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
My apologies. Siri is just jumped in and I have switched off Siri, so we'll carry on. The reason I was mentioning that is that this profit trades percentage of 50.97%. I have a goal based on our strategies that this percentage of profit trades should actually be around 40%. 40% of the total trades I take should be profitable trades, and the other 60% will be break-even trades or losing trades. The reason for that is that the majority of my trades are reversal strategies, where I'm looking to see when the market is coming down, I'm trying to find that point where it is likely to reverse and go up. That's a reversal trade. Market is coming down, then reverses up. I want to get in at that level and make huge profits. The market is going up. I'm spending more time on the day trying to find where I think the market is going to reverse and go down and take that reversal trade. Reversal trades have a higher probability of loss, hence the 40% win. But when you do win on that, you make huge returns. So that's the focus of our strategy. I'm happy with 50.97%. It's produced 35.1. But if I continue to refine and I work towards that 40% level, this amount will shift positively beyond the 35.1%. That's where that I trade. Happy to discuss in greater detail with any trader who is interested. Now, if you are not already enjoying equity growth in your own portfolio, equivalent to that achieved by the world's top 20 hedge fund managers, then I invite you to join this man challenge. And I put up the challenge, years ago, and now, I opened up to client subscriptions 12 months ago. And the challenge is simple. Can I as a trader and you as a capital provider, the equity provider, can we turn $500 into $5,000 in 5 years? If you go to your 6 figures, can we turn your $1 million into $10 million in 5 years? That's the challenge that you subscribe to now. Again, let me say very clearly, I am not a hedge fund manager. I trade, and my trades are copied into your account. It's a copied trade subscription that you subscribe to. And the challenge is simple. Can we turn 500 or multiples into 5,000 in 5 years? It would require a steady 38.1% every year for 5 years. So that's why I'm pleased with my performance, 35.1% in the year that is just gone by. Going forward, I know we're going to crack through these numbers. So we are well on track to achieve this performance. Now, what is the multi-account manager? What is this copy trade subscription process? Again, I must say, I'm not a licensed hedge fund manager. When you subscribe to this process, you bring your capital, and as a client, my highly valued client, you maintain full control over your capital. You do not hand your money or your cash to me at all. You open an account with my broker, a licensed broker in Australia, that's Blueberry Markets. And Blueberry Markets go through the full know your client KYC. So it's your account, your passwords, your user login, and all of that. At any time, you can increase your capital or you can withdraw your capital. You don't have to tell me. By courtesy, you can tell me. The broker, however, manages our agreement. The agreement is simply allowing the broker to copy my trades into your account. That's how it's done via that control account. So the broker copies every trade I take proportionately by equity into your account. And at the end of the month, when the equity has grown, the broker manages the performance fee arrangement that I spoke about earlier on. The third part of that, of course, is me, the expert trader. When I started speaking to clients actively a year ago, I was talking about 12,000 hours, etc. But I spend 15 hours a day in the markets. A year has gone, another 3,000 hours of expertise and experience has been gained in the market. So I am the trader of real assets, and I have the 15,000 plus experience in these global financial markets. So 2023 goals, number one, of course, I want a progressive increase in the number of clients that subscribe to the MAM. So some of you, my colleagues, my friends and colleagues, and even strangers that I didn't know before are now part of this subscription process. And if you want to be part of it, get onto the website or send me an email and I'll get you onto it. And share with your friends. If these results that you've seen are something that you want to let your friends know about, share with your friends. One thing I do not do, there is no high pressure sales and marketing tactics. This is not a get rich scheme. Let me repeat that. This is not a get rich scheme. Okay, there is no pyramid scheming. I don't pay you for introducing people. I don't pay anyone anything. You introduce your friends, you share this, they enroll, you get nothing. You're only going to participate out of the equity growth of your account. There's no paid for promotions. I don't advertise and pay for promotions on any social media. It's all organic growth because I want everyone to make a sober decision to subscribe to this man. Of course, associated with the increase in clients, the progressive growth in client subscriptions capital base. Our minimum deposits remains at $500 because I want everyone to participate. I want the guy in the remotest village in Africa, because now everyone can access the world via the smartphones. I want that person to be able to participate in this. They work hard doing whatever. They've got the 500 put aside. They can participate in the global financial markets through subscribing to this SMART process. I also want the executive who is building up his nest egg or her nest egg for retirement to participate in this. And if you're retired and you're busy doing other things and you want to take a small part of your portfolio and participate in this, I want everyone who can be involved to be involved. That's why we keep the entry level small. Come in at 500, even if you got $1 million, come in at 500 and see the real results of this as it goes along. Again, there's no upper limit, as Blueberry Markets can manage any level of client deposits. A very important thing, only subscribe funds that you can afford to live in the month for the full 5 years, 3 to 5 years, but for the full 5 years, let's get this challenge, let's achieve this challenge together. Now, the third goal, I set a goal for myself, not just now, way back when I got exposed to the financial markets. I was in my second year of varsity doing an accounting degree at the University of Zimbabwe, and I came across this Fortune magazine article with some hedge fund managers. It was the KK, Kravis, Crooks, Roberts fund managers, and I said, I can be better than these guys. I want to beat these guys. Now this is over 30 years ago. Okay, so this is not a goal that I've just set now, but I'm pleased. I'm so pleased that in the first year of the performance of my subscription process, that I've outstripped the performance of 19 of the top 20 hedge fund managers. So my goal for next year is to continue to produce performance within the ranks of or greater than the world's top 20 published hedge funds. Now, the question you can ask, and the question many people are going to ask is, how could an ordinary and common person out of Africa, of all places, produce such a result? How is it possible that a person out of Africa, out of Zimbabwe, out of South Africa, where I stay, can produce results like this and outstrip the performance of 19 of the top 20 hedge fund managers in the world? And is it sustainable? Well, yes, it is. And here is why. This is absolutely important for me to put across to you. Beyond expertise and experience, which any diligent and persistent financial markets trader in the world can acquire, there is a power that I operate with that is best described by the Apostle Paul as, it's written in Ephesians 1, verse 19 to 20. It's described as the surpassing greatness of God's power towards us who believe, in accordance with the working of the strength of his might, which he brought about in Christ when he raised him from the dead and seated him at his right hand in these heavenly places. It is this same power that I operate with. Beyond the expertise, beyond the experience, I have the divine operative power. Now, finally, thank you to all my clients, my friends, my colleagues for supporting me through this journey. And I would appreciate it if you share this as far as possible. And let's get that person in the furthest, remotest village in Africa participating at the same time as we get that person who has it all, taking a portion of the portfolio and participating as well. Remember, everything I do in producing these results, I do to the praise of the glory of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I will see you again. And if you need more information on the technical side of my performance, I'm readily available to take you through it. Thank you and bye-bye.